get a body count of what Colorado beautification did. How many homeless people are lost fingers, toes, or even dead because maybe an alcoholic or whatever. He got drunk and he tried to get back to his camp and found all his gear gone. He thought he had a place to go back to was going to keep him warm. Colorado beautification took his stuff. He froze to death.
Obviously, I haven't touched a bottle of whiskey in 9 years, and I'm not about to start now.
I was sitting over here in this very park, Amherst Park, over there waiting for her to come out of college. I had a cop drive up on the grass, jump out of the car, and ask to smell my drinking bottle. It had raspberry instant tea in it, and I told him that. The cop says I still want to smell it. Gave him the jar. They smelled it. He said, yeah, you do. He says, what else you got on you? I said, just because I'm out here reading a book, you're harassing me? Am I flying a sign? Am I panhandling? Am I doing anything but sitting here reading a book? He goes, well.
If you have a police referral, you go down to the shelter. And if it's an overflow, there's Indian Springs Rescue Mission, which is about 2 miles away. So you have to go to one shelter to check into another shelter with a slip of paper.
Well, then they still ain't got enough beds here to even house them in the wintertime. They say go to a shelter. The cops will drop you off at the shelter, and the shelter will turn you away in the middle of a snowstorm.
It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense for people that do nothing and are trying to get off the street and trying to get jobs and trying to better themselves to be continually harassed and intimidated by a second-rate police force, a second-rate mayor who ain't got a clue what he's doing, and some lady who does nothing but sit down and think she's got a little bit of power and she can do things.
God.
And, you know, sits back in her office and talks about it. The other night I walked up to Walmart and I was sitting there. I went in to give me some batteries for my radio. And when I was sitting there, a gentleman came out of his car. And he had his wife and 2 kids in his car. I never caught his name or never caught the car. As he walked through the door, a lady said, why don't you go get a job? Because he asked a lady for, you know, for some change, and she gave him 20 bucks. Well, when the lady saw it, the lady got, the other lady who was nosy and obviously had no idea what she was talking about, got very, very upset because this lady gave him some money and he went in and bought his family food. When she said, once you get a job, he looked her in the eye and said, ma'am, do you have any idea that up until a week ago that I was working as a clerk in a bookstore? But that ain't gonna work anymore because I guess they're gonna shut it down. While he was sitting there, a gentleman came up. He walked back to his car because I guess he felt that he had done something constructive because he could provide food and shelter for his family, even sleeping in the car. A gentleman came up and told him, and he got very irate and said, don't you go anywhere. I'm going to give you a job. I have my own company. He hired him on the spot and got him off the street and took him to dinner. That's a very rare occasion, but still it can happen. And most
verification from the military where my checks and everything's going to. I got 8 kids total. My whole bill. Yeah.
Wow.
I should have kept my zippers.
Settle down. I hear that.
But I got verification that all my money, $35,000, goes right straight to my kids. Military's backing me up there. But food stamp office down here just got me under investigation. Now I've been denied food stamp for 4 months. They're taking their time investigating a notarized statement coming out of Las Vegas from a Judge Seymour Brown that notarized this statement that I do not have a bank account there. Someone down here said I had a bank account there. I've been doing without my food stamps for 4 months, and they're still haven't cleared my case. So I'm doing without food stamps. So I got to go over here to Marion House, eat every day. That's 1 meal a day I'm eating.
start firing the mayor, fire the chief of police, fire chief, fire them all. Go out and hire the homeless. That's not going to do their job for them, and they'll probably get done a lot better, probably a lot cheaper. And probably a whole hell of a lot more efficient than what these guys are doing now. And That's just my opinion on it. I sometimes they give a person a badge and they think that they're better than they are. And as you can tell, I'm not very thrilled with the Colorado Springs Police Department. Make sure you get that on my camera.